Hey guys, my son's first birthday is coming up pretty soon. His birthday theme is Bluey, and we want to make most of his decorations from scratch, so stay tuned if you want to learn how to make this Bluey coloring book. I use canva.com to design everything. Click on create a design, and then I like to do an 11 by 8.5 inch page because that's the size of the paper that I'm going to use. Next I click on elements and I search a line. I want to add a dotted line to the center just so I can know where the true center of the page is. Next, I'm going to go to my uploads and I'm going to search for this Bluey background that I found. You want to use a background that has a lot of open space because we're going to add some text to it. I'm expanding this background so it fits one half of the page. Then I'm going to duplicate that and I'm going to copy it to the other side of the page. This is going to act as the front and back cover of the coloring book. Because this is a coloring book, I want to add some crayons to it. So I went to elements and I searched crayons. And I found this rainbow set of crayons that I want to use as a top border. I turned them around and I shrunk them down to a good size just so I can fit two on one page. After I did that, I copied it and I did the same thing on the other side of the page. Now that that's complete, I go over to text and I'm going to add a heading. Here I'm going to put coloring book just so the kids automatically know that it's a coloring page. Then I changed the font to this bubblegum regular font. I found this font on DeFont and I just downloaded it and added it to my favorites. Next, I'm going to change that font color to white, and then I'm going to go to effects and I'm going to add a shadow. I changed the shadow color from white to black. Now I'm just resizing it to make sure I like the size of the text on the page. Now I'm going to add a subheading. This is just a smaller set of text, and I'm going to type in Zozo's first birthday and add that to the top of the coloring book. Now I'm changing the font to the bubblegum font, and then I'm going to change the color to white, except on this one I'm not going to add a shadow. Now I'm increasing the letter spacing to make the text more legible. Next, I'm going to add a heading and then I'm going to type thanks for partying with us. This is going to act as a text that's going to be on the back cover of that coloring book. I'm going to change the font of this one as well to bubblegum regular, change the color to white, and then I'm also going to add a shadow to the back of this one too. I'm going to go ahead and increase the letter spacing on this one as well. Now I have to download the coloring pages, so to do that you go to bluey.tv and then you click on search. Search coloring and then all the coloring pages they have should pop up. For this coloring book, I chose the coloring pages that were narrow. I didn't choose the wide ones because they would be cut off kind of weird whenever I folded the booklet together. Once I found the coloring page that I like, I right clicked and then I saved it as an image. I didn't download it because once you download it, it turns it into a PDF and you can't upload PDFs to Canva. Once you have those images, you're going to go to uploads and you're going to upload it to your files. Next, you're going to click on that image and you're going to drag it until you reach the center line of the page. Now you're going to click on another coloring page and you're going to add it directly next to the other coloring page. After that, you want to repeat the steps with the following coloring pages. I chose 8 different coloring designs, but you can do as many or as little as you want. Now we're going to download our image. You click on share, download, and then you're going to make sure all 5 pages are checked, and then after that, you're going to download it. I use photo paper for the cover. I'll link the one that I used in the description below. Then you're going to print everything out using a normal inkjet printer. You want to make sure you print those coloring pages front and back. So what I do is I print 2 of the pages first, and then I flip them over and I put those same pages back into my printer. That way it prints to the back of the page instead of starting a new sheet. Now it's time to construct our booklet. So this is what that coloring page looks like on the photo paper. It gives it a nice glossy look. And this is what our coloring pages look front and back. So this is Bingo and Bluey, but if I flip it over, you see that it's Mom and Dad. And it's the same thing for the next page as well. Here's our cover page. So we're going to take it and we're going to flip it over and we're going to fold it in half. Make sure you're folding it to where everything is lined up nice and neat. I like to use my fingers instead of a tool to crease it because I feel like if I use a tool on this photo paper, it would scratch it up. And now that it's creased, you can see this is the front of the book and then this is the back of the book. Now it's time to crease the coloring pages. This is a lot easier because the paper is thinner than that photo paper. Again, we're going to make sure everything's nice and lined up, and then I'm using a pen to crease these pages. This is what it should look like once it's open. You see it's front and back. Now that everything's folded, we're going to insert the pages into the coloring book. So I'll start by opening that cover, and then you lay one page down. And then after you lay that first page down, you're going to open up the second page and lay that one inside of that first page. Now I just have to staple everything together. If you don't have a long stapler like me, take a piece of cardboard or foam board and lay that down flat. Now you're going to take your stapler, make sure that your stapler can open up. If your stapler doesn't open up, it won't work for this project. Now you're going to take your booklet and open it up. You want to make sure all 3 pages are open in the book. Once they're open, you're going to grab it, making sure everything stays together, and flip it over so the front cover is facing up. Now you're going to take your stapler again and open it up. If your page is shifted while you're flipping it over, make sure you put them back in the right space, and then you're going to staple down the center of that book. I like to put 3 staples in this, but you can use as many or as little as you think is necessary. After you're done stapling, you want to peel that page off of the board. Make sure to take your time with this so the staples don't get removed. If you look closely at the booklet, you can see that the staples are straight. So I take my fingers and I push them down. This is going to make sure those staples are secure on the booklet. Once you've closed all those staples, the booklet is done. I like to fold it back over and crease it again with my fingers. And then there you go, the finished book. This is the spine, look at it. Let me zoom in. You can see that the staples are nice and neat on the corners. And this is the finished coloring book, guys. I love how it turned out. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so. We're going to be doing a lot of DIYs and Bluey themed party favors over the next month or so. Thanks for watching. Bye.